Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Mamas and Coffee Show. I am Sybil Jones. I am the owner here and the host of the show. And in addition to the Mamas and Coffee Show, we do have our events, Mamas and Coffee. So, let me back up. Got to fix my chair too. And I also have to show you my lovely T-shirt, Mamas and Coffee, in which you can order. Yes. These T-shirts, these lovely, amazing T-shirts will be on sale beginning this week over on mamasandcoffee.com. So if you have not checked out our website at mamasandcoffee.com, go ahead and do so. All right. Also, if you haven't liked and followed us for real, you need to go ahead to at Mamas and Coffee, like and follow us on all social media platforms. Yo, today is a real day, okay? It's a real day. Grace, I'm going to go ahead and call you out. Grace is going to be a little tardy today. She is, but it's all good. It's all good. We're going to blame the holidays. We're going to blame the 4th of July because y'all, I don't know about you, but I traveled this holiday, went to Tennessee to visit my family. And let me just say, I realized that I am too old to be partying with them. My family likes to have a good time. And yo, we had a fabulous time. Yes, but I am paying for it right now. I am struggling, y'all, struggling. And yes, we came back on Sunday. Today is Wednesday, but I am still struggling. I am tired. But anywho, how is everyone doing out there? How are you doing? I want to know. Tell me in the comments. What's going on with you? How you doing? What you been up to? We're going to just chit chat a little bit until Grace gets here. Until she gets here. But y'all know I can talk because I am Chatty Cathy. So as I was telling you, these T-shirts will be on sale starting this week. So you can snag yourself one. Mamas and Coffee. And Mamas and Coffee is all about empowering women to know, be, and love who they are. That's what we do here, okay? We keep it 100. We want you to show up as yourself, 100% you. There is no fake, no fluff, nothing here at Mamas and Coffee. We real. But in addition to our merch, our T-shirts, and our mugs, which you can get our mugs too. Go ahead, order yourself a Know You Be You Love You mug. We have events, and they are called Sip and Yaps. Our Sip and Yaps are where where I will bring the topic to the table, and you get to sit at the table and share your 2 cents. It's a great way for you to know that you are not alone. Or maybe you are alone in your thinking, but that's okay. Why? Because you get to share your perspective through your very own personal experience in life, right? Because look, I don't know about you, but when I make friends, I enjoy having friends who have different life experiences and different perspectives on life. Because their experiences and their perspectives sometimes helps me open my eyes to someone else's viewpoints, right? Because if you are constantly surrounded by people who agree with everything you agree with, who think 100% the same way you do, are you really expanding your mind? Let's just be real with that. Are you really? I'm going to say no. Because I think back to many moons ago when I was young, and if someone disagreed with me, well, no, I take that back. I've always been open to hear other people's perspectives, but at the same time, I did used to find myself, if you disagreed with my views, I would get angry. I would be angry at you. Throughout my growing as a person, I realized that I need, and this was when I was like in my teens, when I was in my early 20s, right? But as I started to grow as a person, as I started moving around the world, I realized that I needed to hear other people's life experiences and their perspectives. I remember being in college. Oh, this was before my 20s, but I remember being in college and meeting people, meeting other students who had a completely different life experience than I had. I did not like, I remember meeting this young guy who was telling me how he had basically worked through all his high school years to help support his family. His mother worked, but he had siblings. Um, he had to get a job, not a part-time job, just to have his own spending money or gas money, right? This young man at the time, we're the same age. I haven't seen him since college, but I remember him telling me he was working to help provide for his family, to help his mother support their family. I was naive growing up. I will admit it. I was naive. I was a little sheltered, I guess. I was like, what? Dude, you were in high school working to provide for your family? Wait, nah. What? No one does that. That's not your responsibility. That's how I felt then. But as I talked to this guy, got to know him a little bit, and we would just kind of talk in passing, but we would sit down. Every time I would see him, we would just sit down and have a conversation, and he would share his life with me. And I was like, wow, that opened my eyes. So I shared that little story with you because as I have gotten older, oh, wait a minute, who do I see?
Whoops, I'm super late. My bad.
Look, girl, look, I was over here talking. I'm like, okay, I got Grace. What happened to you?
Well, yesterday I felt horrible. I was super sick. I don't know what happened, and I knocked out with a huge migraine. Woke up this morning, and my girls were like, "Can we please go to the Y?" That's where I'm at now. And I was
You're
like,
where?
"At the Y."
At the what? Girl, I can barely hear you.
You can't hear me? Can you hear me now? No? Yes?
Can y'all
Maybe?
hear her? Can y'all hear her? I can hear you, but it's a little faint.
It's a little faint.
Hold on, let me turn my volume up.
Okay. Is that any better?
Yes.
Your volume? Okay, maybe it's just that.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're here. I totally forgot it was Wednesday. I'm telling you, I knocked out yesterday and I was like, okay, new day. I'm gonna try to make the best of it. And I forgot. And then I literally parked and the girls were so excited. I was like, it's Wednesday. And then I saw your message and I was like, oh my God. And you were like, no, can we please just go? And I'm like, all right, let me drop you off and I'll find a bench and hop on.
Yes, you have to take your girls. But no, because I was sitting there, I'm like, maybe I forgot to send her the
Girl.
link. I'm like, but I said it's always the same link. But I'm like, maybe I forgot. Girl, it's all good.
Yeah.
But you know what? This is Mamas and Coffee. Y'all, this
Yes.
is for realness.
This is mom life. I was at work yesterday and like I was good and all of a sudden I just was like so fatigued. My head was pounding and I get migraines often, but like this one just took me out and I was all confused.
Are you feeling better today, though?
It's better. It's not hurting as much as it was yesterday. I'm feeling better.
Okay. So after you leave there, you're going home to rest, correct?
Yes, yes, yeah. I had to bring my girls out though for a bit. I didn't want them to be stuck at home.
Yeah, don't have them stuck at home because you know. I'm
So.
just kidding. So as I was rambling on, Grace, because I was, we had a topic today, and I didn't want to start that topic till you got on, but I was trying to tell people, like here at Mamas and Coffee, especially for our sipping yap events, that what we're doing, the whole purpose is, and also with our show, right, is to bring people together for conversations, for them to share their perspectives and their life experiences. And I was talking about how when I was in college, I met this young guy who was talking about how he had to work to help provide for his family. And I was that young, 18, 19, 20-year-old talking about, dude, what? No, I ain't working to help. That's what my mom does. That's her responsibility, because I was raised in a single family home, for anyone who cares to know or not care. But when I say, because I know y'all probably hear me say my mom, my mom, my mom. I never say my dad. Not that y'all care, but I don't know why. Girl, look, I'm just rambling. But
did you get nervous? That was a nervous ramble. That's funny.
You know what? Shut up, Grace.
That's funny. But that's okay. I mean, that's how some people grew up, and that's good. That's relatable.
Yeah. So, but I was saying how like him sharing his life with me made me open my eyes to something that I never gave much thought to. So I was just trying to say, like, here at Mamas and Coffee, we bring topics for our sipping gaps for people to come together so they know they're not alone, or if they are alone, to share their perspective, to open our eyes to different things in the world. And I personally, even if it's something serious, well, that is serious, but if it's a topic about really anything and you have a different perspective, let's talk about it so we can learn from one another. Because my friend group is quite diverse in our opinions and in our views. I don't always agree, but I respect. And it took growth. It took a little while for me to be able to surround myself with people that, okay, yeah, we do have different views of life. And I think that's important.
I agree. I mean, and it's not to say that you can't have friends with like the same mindset, but the more diversity there is, the more perspectives you can learn and understand, and just kind of open your eyes to what else there is really around you.
Yes. But now you can't be some crazy person. Like you
True.
There's a limit.
There's boundaries. There's always boundaries.
Yes. There are boundaries, yes. But our topic for today, our main topic for today, as I have rambled for 12 minutes, was about. I rambled for 12 minutes because of Grace. But
hey, I was on before 10 minutes.
Well, I had to explain why I was talking about that, why we're going to make a shift. But you know what? Before we make that shift, I do want to remind people to buy us a coffee. Go to buymeacoffee.com/mamas and coffee and buy us a coffee. Support what we're doing here at Mamas and Coffee. Support the Mamas and Coffee show. And Grace, I had very specific instructions because I had to fold this to put in my wallet. We got 20 coffees this week.
Yay!
And I was told 10 of these coffees is for me and 10 of these coffees is for you. So check your bank account soon. By the end of this week, because it's going to take a
processing time.
Because I was like, I'm not going to do it until I actually announce it on the show. So
there we go.
We do have supporters, but we need more supporters because y'all think it's free to do this. It is not free to do. And it's not easy to come here and talk.
Right.
So support us. So Grace, you have some coffees coming your way. Thank you. PR. I won't say your name. Well, she don't care. Pam Roddy, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your support.
Some coffee. All right. So Grace, our topic, borrowing. Back in the day when I was little, I remember people asking to borrow a cup of sugar. Like, hey, can I borrow a cup of sugar? Now I see people asking to borrow very personal items, like weird things. What is your
What are
thought?
weird things? What are weird things?
Okay, it's weird to me, but I've seen people. I saw a post in a Facebook group asking to borrow a bathing suit.
That's weird.
That look,
Borrow a bathing suit, not like buy it off of someone and now it's yours.
borrow. And I hope it was a typo. But when I saw it, I was like,
Yeah, borrow's weird. That's a weird thing to borrow. I mean, to buy, fine. If you want to buy secondhand, but borrow's kind of interesting.
how early though? How early were you working? But see, I didn't look. Tell me, how was that, Renisa? Grace, are you asking to borrow a bathing suit? Would you let
No,
someone borrow your bathing suit?
no, no. I don't. I would see that post and keep scrolling. I That's kind of weird. I don't know. Wouldn't do that. There's borrow would be like things like tools or I don't know. The word borrow is what gets me. Like borrow is something that you can return that wasn't used personally, like on your body. Borrow a tool, borrow a household item, borrow an extension cord. I don't know. Stuff like that.
Okay. Is there a boundary to certain tools that you're going to let someone borrow as well?
Um, I feel like something that's like a screwdriver, hammer, stuff that's like not crazy, but I don't think I would even like let someone use a power tool because I would feel responsibility if something happens.
Yes.
Like are you responsible with this item? Are you gonna hurt yourself with this item? Because I want to come back to me and be like, your thing was faulty and it was your fault that this happened to me. So there are boundaries on what I'm gonna let you use.
Would you let someone, like a complete stranger, borrow your car?
No, absolutely not.
Because I've seen people ask that. And I'm
That's
like,
crazy. No, no. That's a huge liability. Like if you're buying something that has no liability to it, then sure, whatever. But also, I don't know that I'd go out of my way for like a random stranger on Facebook. Like a neighbor, sure, you're there. Now, like if you need help, like if it's like, a fellow mom or someone reaching out for help, I need to borrow this, need to borrow that, then yeah, obviously that pulls at different heartstrings. But just a random stranger being like, hey, I need this huge item that is a liability to you and I don't like I've never met you. Who knows how I'm gonna get it back? And that's kind of iffy.
yeah, this is just something I've noticed a lot more here often. And I'm like, why are we borrowing such personal items? Even the tools. I've seen people ask to borrow like the power drills, but I'm thinking, no. I'm not thinking about if you hurt yourself. I'm thinking, are you going to return it? I want it back.
Yeah, that's a big thing too. Actually, we just moved to our new neighborhood not that long ago, and our neighbor has borrowed our like deep socket tool set, which fine. I mean, it's not a big like high ticket item, and it's awkward too when you be like, no, you can't borrow them. Like they're obviously sitting there in my garage, you can see them. But like they returned it, and you want to. I'm always like, I'll always give you a chance. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna just prejudge you. We'll try it if it works out, great. And like he brought them a couple times, and all was good. He returned them. And yeah.
How long would you wait before you ask someone to return whatever they borrowed? Like,
Well, I think that's dependent on the item. Sorry.
yes, this look, the flour and sugar. Yeah, like what happened to that? Like what happened to saying, actually, can I just have some flour and
Yeah,
sugar
you're not
or
borrowing that. Can I
have
have it?
some milk?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I really think return time is dependent on an item. Like tools, if you're trying to fix something, like I'm gonna give you a few days before I'm like, hey, You know, are you done with the schools yet? If it's something like, gosh, I don't know. I don't even know what I'd be willing to borrow to let someone borrow. I don't know. Give me an item. What's an example?
Bathing suit. I'm on the bathing suit.
No,
That
you
is
can have the bathing suit. Okay, let me find one I don't want. You can have it. I'm not. We're not doing this borrow thing. That's
that one took me out. I was like,
yeah. That's so interesting. And I guess maybe some, I don't know. I don't know what the thought process is. Like, I'm very curious. Like, if this is
oh, a
something you would
purse.
ask to borrow,
What about a
borrow
purse?
first. I don't know. I feel like I would just give you an old purse. Like, why do you borrow something?
My answer
Where does
is going to
borrow
be
come from?
my answer is no. So this was years ago. I had mm, have I I'm trying to think, have I because I still have the purse. I'm thinking if I've ever taken a picture with the purse and you may have seen it. But I have this Ferragamo purse and it's like it's really cute. It's like looks like a little wicker basket, but it's really, really cute. And again, years ago. And my neighbor saw me with it. I had just gotten it. And she asked me if she could borrow it to take on a trip. No, this isn't a $5 purse. Uh, no, what happens if you lose? Look, I'm gonna tell you what would happen if she lost it or if I let her borrow it and she lost it or damaged it. I would have. So
Yeah,
the
like
answer is
that's
no.
so weird to, I mean, like I would say like if family or someone asked to borrow something like that, I would not that I would let them automatically, but I feel like that would be more of a relationship to ask to borrow something. But just like a casual friend, I wouldn't be like, hey, you know that one item that you have, can I borrow it?
Girl, my kids have asked me to borrow my shoes.
Kids are a whole other thing.
And I'm
They're
like,
different.
no.
Yeah, that's a whole nother topic I feel like we could talk about is like kids using your stuff. Like where's that boundary at? That's a whole nother topic for another episode.
Deep breath, deep breath.
Yeah, that's
Goodness
a big one.
gracious.
Especially if you're a mom and you have girls. Like that's a whole nother a whole nother thing.
Yes, yes, it is. But yeah, borrowing things. I don't let people borrow things. Money. What if someone wants to borrow money?
What's it for? How much
Well,
how much are we asking? Who
and
is asking? A
that's the
lot of
question too. If someone asks you to borrow money, do you have the right to ask them what it's for?
absolutely. I mean, listen, if you're asking me for something, you've now made it my business. Like that's how I feel. If I'm now involved in this situation, I now have permission to ask what it's for. When do you plan on paying me back? Like I need full details before we're just letting this happen. And if you take offense to that, then maybe you're not ready to ask somebody, for help because you're essentially asking them to be in your business, you know?
No, that is very true. That is very true because if you ask me to borrow money, I'm going to ask you what it's for.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not asking you when you're going to pay it back. I'm telling you when you're paying it back. And I'm
That's true.
also probably going to ask you, depending on how much it is, why you don't have the money to pay for whatever it is you are telling me you need the money for.
That's an interesting one. I don't know that hmm, that's interesting. I like that question because I want to know why, but I don't know. I feel like maybe that's too much in their business. I don't
If
know.
you're a repeat offender,
That's different. That's different for sure. Yeah, I wouldn't ask that right off the bat, but yeah, if it is multiple times, but also if you're asking me multiple times, I don't think that I would continue. Like, why is this a pattern? Let's fix the issue. Let me help you fix the issue instead of just being the temporary solution. That's a whole nother thing too.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm like, if you're asking me, if you're asking for $5, $10, $20, Okay, whatever. Well, no, I'm lying. I'm still going to ask you why. I'm still asking you why you need it. Because if I'm giving you money, because if you ask me to borrow money, yes, I want it back, but I'm also only going to allow you to borrow what I can freely give to you.
Right. I'm not going to inconvenience myself or put myself in a situation that I can now not afford something, or not even not afford it, but like be in a comfortable position just to help you. Like essentially it's mine first, it kind of sounds
Right.
selfish, but it is mine first. And then I can give cheerfully and easily if I can, you know.
Yes. But also at the same time, we're about being honest and real here, right? Grace, if I gave you $20 today because you wanted to borrow $20, well, yeah, we'll say $20. All right, cool, fine. It's not going to hinder me from paying any bills. But now, shoot, I I can still go out to eat. I'm still going to be able to go to lunch, but in the back of my mind, in the back of my mind, if another friend asks me to go out to eat later, I'm like, oh, you know what? I budgeted for the month for what I am going to use to go out to lunch. Oh, dang, I gave Grace that $20. And then if I see you online, just out there making it rain later, I'm like, where's my $20?
Yeah, that's a whole nother thing too, is if you borrow money from someone, well, just not money. If you borrow money from someone, like you need to make that priority that they get that money back before anything else. Like that should just be an automatic. And I'll tell you, like if I see that that's not what's happening, and you ask me again, it's a no. It's just
Yeah.
a no.
Yes. Like, ah.
Yeah.
All right, let's switch gears real quick and we're going to go into our hot topic. And I don't know, well, I did casually mention this one before we had the show. And this is an ongoing investigation. So I'm not coming at it from claiming to know what happened in this situation, but more from a mother's love, a mother's heart. And that is the case of the young man, Nolan Wells, that they did. He went out on a boat ride with some friends for the 4th of July. They did discover his body. He is now deceased, but there is still an ongoing investigation. And this happened on Horn Island in Ocean Springs, Mississippi. And when I first heard of this case, when he was missing, my heart did sink and it ached for his family and for his mother. Because as a mom of young adults myself, right, he was 18 years old. And it's like, okay, he was out with friends, they're out on the boat. And I have a daughter who has been to Ocean Springs, Mississippi. Actually near Horn Island, where this happened, and that's all I'll go in that part of it. But as a mom, and the young man, and again, I'm not talking about it from the case situation, but just from as a mother. From what I'm seeing right now, the young man left without Nolan on the boat. I have a rule in my house that I teach my girls. I've taught them from day one of them hanging out with friends without me, right? Like because when you're with your kids when they're young, you're around. But I've always said, and I practice this for myself and Grace, I'm gonna get you, I'm gonna talk about you on this one too. Cause you tie into this. When I was in the shower, I thought about you when you came here. And I know you were probably like, Sybil, why do you keep asking me these questions? But I'm like, if you go with me, you leave with me. And I'm not leaving until we find everyone in that party that left. So, and that is something I tell my kids, and it's something that I practice. So I'm kind of I'm rambling because yes, I'm nervous talking about this because this is a young man around my kids' age. And it is something because I tell my girls all the time, I'm like, okay, you're going out with friends, but who are these friends? Where are y'all going? I don't care who the friends are. I care, but I don't care. But I want to know if something happens of where I can begin looking. So I'm going to just hush because I'm rambling because
Well, you didn't ask me a question. So
what are
what are
your
my thoughts on it?
yeah.
I agree with the who you go with is who you come back with. Um, I'll use my sister as an example because she's closer to that age range and we raised her. But when she would go out, we would know who she's going with. So there would be a bigger group, but who are her essentials that she's going with? Who's her mini group essentially that she's going with so that if something happens, I know who I'm reaching out to say, well, where's Lily? Oh, where was the last place she was? Or they know, and the whole group knew the role of, you go together, you leave together. And I think that's always a good plan because you want multiple people to know where you are, when you're leaving, where you're going, how you're getting there, all the details, right? If you always want those pinpoint people. So in this case, to leave without someone is unimaginable. Like, why would you just leave? That breaks my heart. I can't imagine leaving someone behind and being like, I don't know,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
crazy
like
to me.
I don't know. They went off. I think they said that in this case, it said that he went to talk to a girl. Okay, well, we're
Mhm.
gonna wait.
Right.
Or you know what? We're
Yeah.
all gonna go talk. We all going. We're gonna be nearby.
Yeah, I agree. It's odd to it's just a little suspicious to all of a sudden not be together. Like you're together this whole day, this whole time, and then now you're not. It's a little odd to me.
Yes. It's like we're all gonna we came together. We're going to, even if you break off into other groups, okay, we're gonna check in.
Right. And there should always be essentially like a buddy system, right? You should always
Yes.
have one other person with you. There's no solo anything when you're going out. Everybody should at least be with one other person.
Yes. And I know they were saying they had questioned the boys and they said they didn't know. That's not a that's not an acceptable answer. You don't know? What do you mean you don't know? Let's go back. Let's think.
Right. Yeah. I don't know isn't an answer.
No, and Grace,
There's
I know
something.
when you came here and I was like, all right, wait a minute. I know I was on your nerves. I was like, no, I'm gonna take you back to the airport. Because I'm like, hey, I picked you up at the airport. I'm taking you back to the airport. What are you doing? Oh no, what?
I appreciate it though. Like that's accountability, right? Like that's the other person that was there. I feel
Yes.
that.
Because when you left that, I'm like, wait, you changed your flight and
I
like
did. I mean, typically I wouldn't, but yeah, I did. Scheduling wise, I had to change my flight, but yeah.
yes, yes. And you're grown. You're grown. But I'm like, nah. If something happens and your husband calling me, hey, look, dude, this was like
Right.
I want to be able to say precisely, this is the last time I saw her. This is
Mhm.
she changed
Right.
flight. Hey, I don't know why she changed.
Right. Right. Yeah. And that's good. It's good to have someone that is willing and able to have that accountability just in case anything happens.
Yes, but this case is really sad, and I'm praying that they do find answers to what happened to this young man. Um, yeah, it hits a little little close to the heart. But that is the Mamas and Coffee show for today. Grace, do you have anything else to say?
No, that's it.
All right, folks. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching us live. Thank you for watching the replay. And go ahead and buy us a coffee. And you can order your shirts starting the end of this week. So make sure you like and follow us on social media so you know when it launches. Actually, drop will happen first in our newsletter. So go ahead and sign up for our newsletter, and hint, hint, the newsletter will have a discount code as well. Just letting you know.
Awesome.
All right. Thank you, folks. Have a good day. Bye.
Bye, y'all.